What is up, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. Today we're doing a review on Ghost War, which is the new DLC PvP mode for Ghost Recon Wildlands. It is free if you own Ghost Recon Wildlands. And basically what it is a 4v4 sudden team deathmatch. That is actually the only game mode they have right now. They did announce that they will be adding more game modes. I don't know when those will be. Hopefully we'll get one maybe in November. But we will see. But so far, this is all we have, and it's actually been pretty fun with just this game mode in general, in my opinion. So, like I said, it is a sudden team deathmatch best of 3. Basically, you start off 4v4, and whoever downs the other team, the whole other team first, wins the match. And if you don't down the whole other team and they don't down you, it goes up into a draw, which is where you repeat the round. You could do like a lot of draws if that happens. So the way this game actually plays out and the way it's kind of based right now and the way a lot of me and my group kind of described it, it basically is set up kind of like a bigger version of a bigger open world version of Rainbow Six Siege. You have 3 classes, and each of those classes there's 4 characters to choose from with their own skills, abilities, and own weapons. There is customization in the game. You can fully customize each character in each class to how you want them to look and stuff like that. There's actually a lot you can do with it, but it isn't like crazy where you can like put your face in it, so don't think that. But anyway, and there is paint jobs you can get for your guns, or you already have them from your single player deals, and stuff like that. The only thing I would like to see probably added to the gun part is kind of scope customization and maybe select fire customization. But I think the issue is with that in single player, when you add certain scopes and certain select fires to certain guns, it increases their accuracy and their damage and stuff like that. And I think there's a way they can probably fix that to where it doesn't do that, but we'll see. We'll see if that happens or not. That's kind of what I would like to see for the customization part. I think the rest of it's fine. So, basically the way that, what I think of it so far is it's actually really fun. I was really impressed. I was actually thinking, oh, this is probably going to be like the worst game mode ever that they're going to add to this game, and it actually ended up being like one of the coolest things they added to this game compared to all the other DLCs we were getting. Don't get me wrong, those other DLCs were fun, and it was fun spending more times with my buddies and playing them, but I think this was like really needed, and it really added something to the game. I have not found one match that I just was, not disliking or bored about. I think it's really, really competitive and team-based, and it's like just nuts. But anyway, really enjoying it for myself, and I know my friends that I'm in a group with right now and other friends that I have for that I play with this game, they're the same way, really enjoying it. I feel like back into my old Call of Duty days where I freaking played like day and night. That's kind of how I feel with this game. That's what I think is really great, and I just like the competitive part of it. So the way this game also works is, and what I think people would really like, so they actually are pretty like true to how guns actually should operate. So like the guy I'm using right now is a tech, and he has basically a SCAR. It's called the M17. Sorry about that. I had to yawn. Awful, especially during a review. I hope y'all don't like shun me for that. No, I'm joking. Anyway, it's actually really good at mid-range and long range, and it does do a lot of damage at those distances. And support classes have subs, and the way they designed it is they will do damage at long range, but not like super damage like they will do up close and mid, which I think is awesome the way they have that design with some of the guns. And then silencers, There's only certain characters that can have fully silenced weapons, and they only have two, and it's only one character class. It's the assassin. It has a vector silence and a spaz 12 silence. He or she is the only one that can have a silenced weapon. But they are nerfed, people. Like, they are not freaking, like, the same damage. They actually did make it to where the silenced weapons are nerfed down tremendously. Because basically what happens is, so when you see somebody shooting in this game, like, with a loud weapon, on the map, it literally will ping their location where that shot came from in a yellow circle. And you know, whoa, somebody's shooting, like, right over there at somebody or at me. Or you're making that call out. And you can either shoot back to where you saw the yellow ping, or you can try and mark the dude by aiming at him, or if you're a support, because supports are the only ones that can use drones besides the multi-class, you can throw up a drone and try and send it over there to mark him so the rest of your team knows where that person is on the map, and you know what class he is. Because when you mark somebody, they literally are red dotted on the map, and it also shows their class above their head and where they're at on the map, because they're being marked. You're spotting them, which is fair. That's the way it should be, because I'll tell everybody right now, when thermal's not being used, which it does get used a lot by higher levels, I'm not gonna lie, what I'm in right now is thermal, and we're mainly in thermal because the other team was a very skilled team just like us, and they were using thermal like crazy, so we ended up using thermal just because it was a very high intense game mode. We'll get back to this in a minute. But anyway, that's kind of the way that the game kind of plays out. It's kind of like a cat and mouse game for a little bit, and then when you finally start figuring out where people are, it goes into like high octane. You're trying to down people now. Some matches will go pretty quick. Some matches could take a real long time. And when I mean matches, I mean rounds. I probably need to say rounds, not matches. My apologies. But anyway, we'll say rounds from now on. So, you know, the rounds could take a while. Each round is 8 minutes long. So you do have a lot of time to down the whole enemy team and get the win. So the fact that we went into 3 draws in this match was just bad. Just bad, because we literally were playing forever. But anyway. And like I said, each class had its own ability. Like what you can see right here now, you have the Scout, which actually picks up noise footsteps and movement from enemy teams, and it makes it easier for them to pinpoint where somebody is, and they can either try and mark them if they have clear visual, or they can ping that area like, hey, I heard something run through here, I'm pinging the area so you all know where I kind of heard what I heard on my drone. And then you have the one that I almost just got hit by, the artillery support, which he basically gets a drone that goes up and drops mortar fire on you. And then you have your medic support, which we have, which is my man Candyman. He's actually really good. He just got introduced to the PP9 tonight, and he's having a blast. And you can throw up a drone and send it all the way to your down teammates and revive them. Because that's the thing about this game that also makes it really challenging and competitive. Just because you down somebody doesn't mean, oh, I don't have to worry about that guy no more. No. When you down somebody, their teammates can revive them and pull him back up to get him back in the fight, and the match will continue. You can either draw out that draw or go for that freaking clutch win, or just get absolutely annihilated no matter what you do. That can happen too. So, anyway, really I was talking about, like right here I'm just doing the review of all the good stuff and whatnot, and well, we're now going to get to the cons of the game. So there are like quite a few bugs with this game. They don't pop up a lot, but they do sometimes become a nuisance, and I've heard mixed things from other people and my own group. Sometimes it will happen for a while, sometimes it won't happen for a while, and it's kind of crazy. I'm hoping with the patch that we kind of heard rumors about, that's probably coming beginning of November or mid-November. We don't know when exactly, but it is coming. So there's a couple bugs with the game that are annoying. One of the bugs is sometimes when you finally get all your guys invited to you, sometimes they don't connect when you start searching for a game mode. They just get disconnected randomly, and you have to go pick them back up. before you start a match, because once you start a match, you start a match. And the other one is sometimes you will go to pick your class. Say you want to be a point man that game. For some odd reason, there's a glitch that happens where you can't pick anybody. You can get stuck as the multi-class for like a round or 2 or 3 or however long your team lasts, which is not very fun because the multi-class is good, but not that good. When you're playing people that are pretty skilled and actually using ability classes, you're kind of, you're really at a disadvantage. And that's kind of one of the other cons. The other con, which I don't know if I really want to call it a con, there's kind of just a really bitter argument between the community about, is the thermal. You all have been noticing it off and on in this match, maybe a lot. And like I said, we're using it because that whole other team is highly skilled and that's all they're using. But thermal, to me, is not really a big bad thing about the game. I just think something needs to be done to it to make it to where it's not like so OP, because it is OP. I don't really care what people are saying on Reddit and stuff. That perk is literally insane. It is very freaking OP. Like, it does not matter. And off that, I forgot to talk about that, to what I just mentioned, perks. There are perks for each of the classes. Each class of 4 characters have their own perks that can be used strictly for them, and also have bonus abilities, which aren't perks, they're abilities, which are automatically on anytime you're using that character in that specific class, which is really nice. I actually really enjoy that part about the game. The perk thermal is a part of the use for any class. You can use that perk for any of them. And basically the issue is what's going on is, it isn't really the fact of, like, say a tech using it or a support guy using it. I think the issue to me is that people are bitching about is marksman using it. Because the sniper marksman in this game is actually extremely powerful and can down you in one shot. And when they use thermal, they can see clear across the map and see the enemies spawn. And there's some maps in this game where you literally spawn kind of out in the open, and a very skilled sniper can take the whole or the whole team out, like at the start of the game. So I think that's what a lot of people why people are kind of bitching about it. And I've heard a lot of different things about it. I've heard that it should have like a range distance shortened. It should have a battery life. It should be taken out of the game. There's a lot of stuff. But that is like kind of a con. I don't really want to call it a con, but that is something that's becoming a nuisance right now. Other than that, it doesn't completely destroy the game. You can still play people that are using it, because it's all still based off skill, it's all still based off your shot, it's based off the routes you run, and stuff like that. And like in this match that you all have been watching, we literally were playing this team. We played 6 rounds against this team. And it was intense, even with the use of them using thermal and us using thermal off and on. And we even had one player that wasn't even using thermal, which is iKills right here. He wasn't even using thermal. And I mean, stuff like that. Now, the other thing about the game that's kind of crazy is the disconnecting. I know my man Callie was having internet problems, so that's not what happened here. But there are a few times where there's been guys that literally just got randomly disconnected from the match, and would be still in the party and be like, I don't know what happened, my game just like went black and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm going to give the game a 7 out of 10. I think it's good, and I think it has room to grow. I'll probably do another review when they finally come out with the patch for it and other game modes. I'll definitely do reviews on the new game modes, because like I said, people, this game mode is actually really fun. It's a really awesome DLC to Ghost Recon Wildlands. But anyway, off that, want to let you all get back to your day. Don't forget to hit a like and subscribe and notifications if you want. And if not, oh well, man, I hope you enjoyed the review, and you take care, and you all have a good one.